You also have some options for changing the way the score appears and changing the score settings. For example, you can narrow or widen the score by changing the zoom percentage using this zoom tool or zoom menu over here in the upper right hand corner. I can make my score narrower, which allows me to see more frames, but each frame is smaller. Or if I want to zoom in to see my individual frames better, I can choose the wider option, or I can choose a percentage. 100% looks like this, but I can zoom in to 400%. Notice that I can see fewer frames, but I have more details of each individual frame. Oftentimes, if you have very long sprite spans and you want to manipulate those sprite spans, you want to zoom out. For example, if I want to control this blue oval sprite span and move it around, I want to see the whole thing. I'm going to zoom out to 12%, but I can zoom in to 200% if I have shorter sprite spans, and I can manipulate them here in the score. I can also set preferences for the score to control the appearance of the information that appears here in my sprite spans. I can do that up here in the upper left hand corner. Notice that right now I'm displaying the member name, but I can show behaviors if I have any. Here are the locations of each of these sprites. 108 pixels from the left edge of the stage in this case, and 61 pixels from the top. That's the black rectangle. My text is 278 pixels from the left edge. Notice it's further over to the right. I can also display inks. This is the copy ink. In fact, all three of these have copy inks, and I can change those in the Properties Inspector, which I'll demonstrate a little bit later in the tutorial. Or the blend. Blend displays the blend percentage applied to the sprite. Again, you'll do this from the Property Inspector. You can also control the way that the score displays up here in the main menu under View, Display. Notice you have your same options here. Name, behavior, cast member, ink, or blend. You also have something here called Extended. This shows an extended information about each of those sprite spans, and you can control the information that's displayed here in the extended version of the score by using the Edit Preferences score right here, and this will tell you, or you can determine what is actually displayed here in the extended display version of the score. Notice that I have name, cast member, behaviors. Let's turn off the name and cast member. Click OK, and notice that that information disappears from my extended display. Edit Preferences score. So you can see you have quite a range of settings for customizing how the score displays, because you'll be working so much in the score, especially as you move into more intermediate levels of director. Publishers, Adobe, have given you a lot of options for how the score is displayed. Let's just turn on the name and cast member, and notice that just that information is now displayed here in the extended display option. Again, that's under View, Display, Extended. Now, it's impossible to create sprites unless you have cast members here in the cast window. So let me now move on to the next movie, switch over to the Macintosh operating system, and talk more about the cast window.